Folks, this may be the craziest election story yet, and that is saying a lot considering everything we've seen over the past couple of months. But apparently, during a Kamala Harris fundraising event, Secret Service agents went to a nearby salon. They taped over their security cameras, and then they proceeded to break into the salon. They all used the bathroom, they hung out, chilled there for a while, and then eventually left the business completely unlocked, completely vulnerable to anyone who maybe would have come along looking for an opportunity to steal something or something along those lines. And this is like some crazy stuff. This is stuff that I knew happened in like China, in communist China. I know stuff like this probably happens in North Korea, but I didn't know the Secret Service was in America doing stuff like this, breaking into businesses just above the law, doing what they want. Hey, we're going to break into your family business, your family-owned business, and we're going to take a dump in your toilet, and we're going to leave. And we're going to leave it unlocked. Who cares what happens? I'm almost at a loss for words here about this. I'm kind of still dumbfounded. I almost didn't believe that this was even real until the security camera footage came out. And you literally see these Secret Service agents trying to tape over the security cameras. I don't know what they were trying to hide, but it's really weird stuff. Let's go ahead and dive into this article, though, and find out what the heck is going on here. Secret Service busted into a salon to let people use the bathroom during a Kamala Harris fundraiser, business owner says. It was worse than a bad hair day. Secret Service agents taped over a security camera and broke into a Massachusetts hair salon while securing the area for a Kamala Harris campaign event, according to the salon's owner. The intrusion happened on July 27th, ahead of Vice President Harris's first in-person fundraiser since becoming the presumptive Democratic nominee. The owner of the 413 salon, Alicia Powers, told Business Insider that she closed her Pittsfield, Massachusetts business that day at the request of the Secret Service, which examined the area earlier in the week. The salon is located behind the Colonial Theater, a performing arts space in the Berkshires where Harris spoke. They had a bunch of people in and out of here, doing a couple of bomb sweeps again. Totally understand what they have to do due to the nature of the situation, Powers told Business Insider. And at that point, my team felt like it was a little bit chaotic, and we just made the decision to close for Saturday. So they, not only did they have to close down their business because of this situation, they were understanding. Like, okay, it's hectic. We're just going to go ahead and shut it down. I don't want my workers exposed to all of these Secret Service agents coming in and looking at them as if they're suspicious. We don't even want to get in the way. It's an inconvenience to us, but we understand why you have to do this. So they lock the shop up and leave, already out of a day's work, and then things get worse. A Secret Service spokesperson told Business Insider that the agency's employees would not enter without the permission of the business owner, but they acknowledged an agent taped over the security camera lens. At 8:10 that Saturday morning, a Secret Service agent wearing a dark suit and open-collared white shirt, but no pin, walked up to the salon's front entrance while swinging a roll of masking tape in her left hand. She looked at the door, then she looked at the security camera on the porch. Then she looked at the door again. She walked away. When she returned 2 minutes later, she grabbed a chair from the porch, stood on it, and taped over the security camera that had been watching her. The door was locked, but later that afternoon, another security camera pointing at that door from the inside of the building spotted 4 other people over the course of nearly 2 hours. 2 people wearing emergency medical services uniforms and one person in a camouflage law enforcement uniform walked in. The fourth person, wearing a dark suit and white shirt like a Secret Service officer, stood by the door. The salon security alarm rang the whole time. The security footage from the two cameras, which Powers shared with Business Insider, doesn't show anyone allowing the people in. There were several people in and out for about an hour and a half, just using my bathroom. The alarms are going off, using my counter with no permission, Powers said. And then when they were done using the bathroom for 2 hours, they left. And they left my building completely unlocked. And they didn't even take the tape off the camera. Powers says that an EMS worker later told her the Secret Service agent in charge of security that day was telling people to just come in, go in and use the bathroom. Business Insider asked Secret Service spokesperson Melissa McKenzie whether the agency invited other people to use the bathroom. She says that the agency's employees would not tell someone to enter the salon without the owner's permission. Now, when Powers, the owner, returned to the property later that day, she found that the door's lock looked as if it had been picked. The people who entered the 413 salon didn't do much damage aside from leaving a very untidy bathroom behind. But what bothered her was what she saw as sheer disregard for her business by entering without permission and leaving the place unlocked when they left. Powers said she felt violated. Whoever was visiting, whether it was a celebrity or not, I probably would have opened the door and made them coffee and brought them donuts, and I would make it a great afternoon for them, she says. But they didn't even have the audacity to ask for permission. They just helped themselves in. Brian Smith, the building's landlord, said he didn't give the Secret Service permission to use the property either. Me and my dad own the building, and I have a crazy eccentric guy that lives upstairs, and he didn't tell the Secret Service they could use it, and I didn't tell them, and my father didn't tell them, and she didn't tell them, and they had no permission to go in there at all whatsoever. The Secret Service has now apologized. The day after Business Insider initially reached out to the Secret Service for comment for this story, more than a week after it entered the business, an agency spokesperson says it since communicated with Powers. So the Secret Service literally just went and taped over this woman's camera. They picked her lock. They picked her lock straight up, broke into her business, and used it as the public bathroom for the day. Just, hey, come on and come take a dump in this lady's business. They left the bathroom in disarray, left the building unlocked, and they got no permission to do this at all. But that's how reckless they're moving. And when you think about this and you think about what happened recently to Donald Trump, I think there needs to be massive changes made to the Secret Service. I think there needs to be a purge. There needs to be massive layoffs. And isn't it weird how they unlawfully occupied this woman's business, but they didn't occupy the rooftop at the Trump rally? Maybe if they were actually doing, and I wonder, is this what was happening when Thomas Matthew Crooks was on top of that roof aiming at Donald Trump? Were the Secret Service taking over local businesses so they can use their toilets? Taping over their cameras so they can do God knows what? It's really weird, man. It's really weird. And if I was a business owner that had something like this happen to me, I would be making a huge deal out of it. They're lucky they dealt with someone like who they dealt with, because she seems to have handled this kind of smoothly. Even though she's very upset, she tried to be understanding through this, but I wouldn't be understanding at all. No, it's not okay. I don't care if it's for Trump. I don't care who it's for. It's not okay for you to break into my business and just use it as some type of home-based public bathroom for the afternoon without my knowledge. Leave my toilets all crappy and then leave my business unlocked for God knows what to happen. I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy, but this is real. This really happened. And like I said, it's time for us to start rethinking some of this Secret Service stuff that's going on, man, because this is just too wild. It's too wild. But if this happened to this woman, imagine how many other stories, are out there just like this one that we haven't heard. I guarantee you this is not the only person this has happened to. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.